Liftoff. What's up? Jerald and Ty, welcome back.
Hey, David. Hey,
Hey,
guys.
hey guys.
Excellent. So we were just on our team call, and we actually still are. Hence, some of the other floating logos you may see. But for Jerald and Ty, we were discussing what? What to do when an account goes haywire, because it happens, right?
Yeah.
So we recently had an e-commerce account go crazy, and that happens all the time. Maybe not all the time, but it's an occurrence that we find happens a lot, even with lead generation accounts like car dealers. It happens too. So just wanted to go over with the audience on what to do when the Google Ads account freaks out, and this probably applies to other ads accounts too, Facebook ads or any other of the big major players. This just happened to Ty. I'm going to let him kind of tell the
Mhm.
story and then give some insight and explanation into what he did to help figure it out. So, without further ado, Ty, say, what do you think?
Yeah. Think first thing for me is like we've tried a lot of different setups for this account, and then when we figured it out, it's not like a for good you call this a for good campaign to do like for a whole year. So when you figure it out, one campaign, or if the strategy works, usually it works for at least 2 to 3 months. Then it goes shut down again. We don't actually know why, because we actually figured it out how to like to break out the campaigns, do this, do that. So it just shut up. So what we did is just have the, like, my advice would be you should have the bank of ideas for all the accounts that you've handled, or for all the clients, or for all the companies, um any industries actually will help us to um what to do next. It will help us better. And I think, yeah, that's really hard to to have that. So
Not
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, that not easy, but if you have those bank of ideas, you will it will be easy for you to cope up with the changes and maybe adjust to the market also. So
Okay.
yeah.
So to re-summarize, Ty mentioned, okay, every few months accounts can actually go haywire, especially more complex e-commerce accounts.
Hmm.
And it happens. Campaigns die for no reasons, especially with tests and things like that. So Ty mentioned have a bank of ideas, and he held down the fort pretty good while Jerald was getting some proper headsets. So now that Jerald's back, what else do you think would add to that, Jerald, or would
Yeah,
you add to?
yeah. Sorry, didn't quite hear the question. So
Oh
I'll have
no, the
to,
headsets are not working
yeah, the
that good.
headset, yeah. Yeah, we used that for like 5 days, and so it's
Oh.
understandable. That ran out of battery. So
Yeah, it's like you, man. You got to plug yourself in at night too. Yeah, don't run out of
for
battery.
sure.
The question was Ty's Ty's comment was like, this is all about what to do when accounts or campaigns die or go crazy or whatever. So the first thing that he mentioned is have a bank of ideas. Have a bank of
Hmm.
ideas that you have on the ready so that when campaigns die or an account doesn't perform the way it needs to perform, then you have something that is just ready without panicking or without
Hmm.
reaching and doing all sorts of irrational changes. So the question is, what other steps help when an account goes through changes or declines?
Yeah. So first thing for me, is analyzing not just your account. I think Google Attribution is still good to like look at, but I think the best source for like the success of your advertisement is not just like the performance of your account, what Google reports to you. I think you'll have to check. how the business is doing in general, not just the declining performance, declining ROAS, declining conversions. You have to check the account. Is your account seeing the same pattern, or is the like for example a dealer, are they still getting sales for e-commerce? Still getting sales, getting good revenue? So that might be the first thing to check. Although even though it can happen as well that the store is doing good, but there's something your ad is not like really effective. That can happen. But yeah, first thing is to check if if your account is failing. First thing to check if same thing is happening to the store.
I'm going to call that check the full story, not just in-app metrics.
Right.
Because what do? Like, we'll go to BigCommerce or Shopify or whatever, if it's an e-commerce account, whatever the CMS is.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we find Google Ads is not doing good, we verify that revenue or orders or something is impacted as well. So we verify that the in-app metrics actually are telling a story that's related to the, let's call it global metrics.
Right.
Okay, that's a good one. So bank of ideas, number one. Check the full story, not just in-app metrics. Call it global metrics. 2, what else do we do?
Yeah. So let's now say, because this video will be more on the if the account fails. We confirm that it's you're getting less sales. Your Google Ads account is not getting good conversions, good ROAS. What I wanted to identify is where's the gap? Will it be, are you spending the same compared to last period or last year? If yes, are we getting just less conversions, or also getting less clicks and impressions? Now I would want to check the full story by checking the account as a whole, checking some of the metrics that might be not all of us are checking. So we might always be checking just conversions, just the cost, just conversion value. We also wanted to check even things like impression share. Down to that, if there's no problem with impressions, clicks are still the same, I'll go down to impression share.
Mm-hmm.
And still good, we go down to the competitors. How are you doing versus your competitors? Are your ads still visible?
I like it. So I'm going to label that third point as check in-app vanity metrics, not just your lead forms or conversions, not just your hard conversions. You know, if something's not right, you got to check the basics. You know, is your average CPC out of whack? Are you serving the same amount of impressions, or did your impressions drop? Did your total cost drop because maybe your ads were disapproved? So that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, because you cannot really tell why conversions are down by just looking at conversions. So it'll be one of the other. Maybe the clicks, maybe the impressions, maybe the impression share. So
I should put that on a plaque somewhere. You cannot tell why conversions are down just by looking at conversions.
yeah.
Such is life. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of one other thing too that we do now. This is where to look, how to improve performance. What are some of the things that we do both internally and client facing to help encourage ourselves and clients during that time when maybe we don't know what the right answer is yet?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's always the next step.
Yeah.
You know what to do. You have identified what are the possible reasons the account is failing. So at least you have the next steps, and you have optimizations ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also think it's important to have a daily report just to until
Reporting,
until the account stabilize.
Thank you. That's the one I was looking for. Jerald, you kind of went into Ty's bank of ideas. But
Yeah.
I was looking for that one because it's super. I don't know. It provides a little more safety net and confidence when you're
Mm-hmm.
dealing with clients and you're dealing with clients' advertising dollars. And when business is not good, it's pressure. It's just pressure. It's pressure internally and it's pressure externally to, assure and confidence. And one thing you can do that I found that works pretty well is we break it down and it, from an external perspective, it was always started with over communication. Meaning, if you check in with your clients once a week and performance isn't good, you got to start checking in with them more frequently. Meaning, could be every other day, could be daily, depends on the severity. E-commerce accounts, I'd say daily.
Mhm.
Other accounts maybe not as frequent, but e-commerce, because of the nature of it, daily is helpful. And when I think that's always served well when clients are experiencing downturns, whether it's related to the advertising or not. You just do that extra. Okay, we're going to check in. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do this, this, and this, and we're going to check in daily to let you know about performance until you get yourself out of it. And then Ty mentioned the same type of thing, like pulling a report, every day. And that report is more of what Jerald and Ty were saying, where you not only look at the in-app stuff, but you look at the big picture. You look at the global metrics. For e-commerce, it's revenue, it's cost, it's conversions, but it's also things like average order value and which products are being sold. Those are really relevant too. So it helps us get through the trying times. So I really like that one. So I'm going to call it daily report and daily communication. Or more communication. So
Yeah, and also, I think the target MER, if we have that, I think that will indicate if we will we're doing a good job, or even if the performance is declining, but if we meet the target MER, I think it would be also beneficial to the business owner and for us also.
Yep.
Yeah.
MER, why is MER important?
Yeah, because it shows the bigger picture, not just the ROAS. Because ROAS is just for a specific campaigns, and MER is a whole picture of what the cost, the revenue for all the cost for all your advertising um, platforms. So it indicates how your um, return on ad spend actually, or return on the expense, or ROI to be
Your
specific.
actual
Yeah, actual
ROAS.
return. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you spend $100 and you get $500 on that, I think it is a best indication that you are cost efficient. Their business is cost efficient.
Yep. It's a more real ROI. You look at all cash in divided by all cash out, and what's your rate of return? I love it. Yeah, I put
Mhm.
that under the check the full story, target MER, CAC, whatever that metric is to your business, then that's the right thing to do. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. And maybe addition to the full story part, but maybe underreporting as well, is sometimes there will be times it'll be hard for you to like send a monthly report, doing month over month, even year over year, because sometimes it is not just advertising. Market has a big role in how business do. So if you want to look at the bigger picture, I would do maybe check if this month is bad compared to last month, compared to last year. Maybe you want to look at the bigger picture. Check last 3 months. Check last 5 months. Market can fail at a specific date range, but an effective advertising should still be good. If your advertising is effective, it should still show uh, at least a good result if you check a longer date range. I would want to look at that.
Yep. So the market. I'll take that as the
Mhm.
market. That's the biggest picture, and that's the market's going to have the most influence over positive results for any business. It's going to be the
Mhm.
market.
Mhm.
The marketing is really just your effective way to tap into the market. But the market is going to have the biggest influence. I do agree. So you need to find ways to identify how the market's doing. So for any car dealers watching this, local businesses, specifically our number one niche, automotive, we have ways and data to analyze any market in the continental United States, any brand for new cars, and really keep our pulse, or our fingers on the pulse of the market. For other businesses, it's challenging. You have to do indirect ways, like look at previous data, like Jerald said,
Mhm.
or look at search volume, of certain keywords in Google
Yeah.
Trends.
Mm-hmm.
That might help. But overall, yeah, market plays the biggest role, most influential role, I'd say, in determining how successful. The marketing is really just us tapping into the market in different ways more effectively than everybody else. So,
Right.
Yeah, actually, I can attest to that because we've seen higher orders this year, and we have not much of a revenue because of the average order value um is low compared to last year. So, yeah, I think market plays a big game here.
it's huge. It's
Mm-hmm.
huge. Look, we spent a bajillion dollars in advertising for one dealer, for one single point store. You guys know who I'm talking about. And it
Yeah.
worked for 2 months, and then the last month it fell off. It just fell
Mhm.
off.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
So we can't necessarily create a market. And Google used to be really good at when there was no clicks, there was no ad spend. That's not the case anymore. Google's going to spend your money, always.
Yeah.
Right.
So, cool. Those are really good 5 points. I'm glad we had this mini call about this. So just to summarize, number one, when an account fails or campaigns go crazy, here I'm going to put this in the chat. Number one, bank of ideas. Number two, check the full story, not just the in-app metrics, but the global metrics like Ty mentioned, your MER, your CAC, your revenue, year over year, month over month. Then, like Jerald said, check in-app vanity metrics, not just your conversions or leads or phone calls. You got to check clicks and impressions. Make sure nothing like that is volatile. Average CPC. Daily report helps. So you break it down to days, and then you help tell clients that or help communicate that to whoever your stakeholders are. And then 5, you got to figure out what's going on with the market. And I like that we talked about the market last, because I cannot tell you guys how many meetings I've been a part of where an advertising specialist comes in and says, "Oh, your business is down because the market's down." And you're like, that is such a cop-out. We don't know that.
Yeah.
Such
Yeah.
a cop-out. And even though it may be true, what can we do to influence it?
Right. I agree.
So,
You not always blame the market, even if it's true. You always have to find ways
Yeah.
to influence it.
that's correct. So, cool, guys. Anything else before we cut this one?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
It was a good call.
Yeah, me too.
Nice. All right, you got some more DDM team members here. You'll see us more again soon. Thank you very much. Peace out, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Peace out. Thanks, guys.